So with my last serious upload being about a year ago, I'm here to show you guys that there are far things worse in life than being complacent about your own hobbies. And that is being addicted to a game about cartoon characters running into enemies in a pinball grid. Hi and welcome to World Flipper, the game mentioned earlier that has taken over my and every single other furry's life. If you're confused about the game you're seeing right now, don't worry about it. I'm here to teach you that being held at gunpoint maybe isn't so bad. So each stage you're going to be setting up a team consisting of 6 units. There's quite a few to choose from and each of them does something different, unless they don't. So the way you actually get a majority of these units is through a globally hated but accepted form of payment called a gacha. A gacha is basically a place where you gamble your premium currency that you've accumulated over hours of tireless gameplay, and then spend them to get one unit you sort of wanted, one unit that's good but you refuse to use, and the other 28 useless ones. So after you're done mourning about the useless crap you've gotten, and you've made a team with absolutely no synergy, you're ready to take on stages. Now the actual gameplay part of World Flipper is you shoot these little ball characters at enemies. Now while that may sound boring to a lot of you, what makes it interesting is the different synergies your units can have, which to put in layman's terms is basically just how your units work off of each other. Some teams focus on hitting the enemies, some focus on using their units' abilities, and some focus on being absolute and utter garbage. There are a lot of archetypes already in the game, so feel free to experiment, or just make a social win team if you want to sleep through the game, because, as the same with every other gacha game, the ultimate goal of this game is to not actually be able to play the game. So the thing that catches a lot of people's eyes when it comes to gacha game is the art. Each character gets 2 character portraits, so if you want to show your loyalty to your slime blob waifus, then you can. And so far, the art of the game has been quite appealing, combining a cartoony color palette with the character designs of anime. Speaking of characters, there actually is a story to this game, one that most people will ignore but I will implore you to read. It's not the most interesting thing in the world, but you do get to know a lot more about the characters. A lot of them are far more fleshed out in the story, and a lot of them even have individual story quests. If you really want to know more about the characters, there's also the Wafuri manga they're translating. It's been out for a while now, so there's also that. So after you've successfully finished all the game's content within a day, you're probably going to be turning to the community to talk about this game just a bit more. Because let's be honest here, you've already been sucked into the grind, might as well continue. So after you've successfully joined the subreddit of the game and realized half the questions in it are by prepubescent children, you'll turn to the one place where people actively talk about the game, the Discord. After you're successfully exposed to the hundreds of furry art the fandom is obsessed with, you'll find that the community is about as nice as social media when it comes to arguments, which is to say, you'll be set on fire for saying an opinion.